Greetings and welcome back once again. This is Imuna. I pray everybody is well, and I also pray that my internet holds up. I know you have not seen me in this capacity in quite some time, and I can go into all of the wild and crazy things that have happened, but I choose not to at this time. I want to say all praise be to the Creator for another day of life and for just keeping us healthy and strong and still pushing. Life is going to throw what it throws at you. You understand? You catch it and you juice it, and then you make lemonade and tomato sauce or whatever life threw at you. With that said, I'm well. I want to thank everybody who sent their prayers, their thoughts, and their positive energy our way. You know what I mean? Let's hope the thing stays on, because the internet be tripping. Okay, I'm trying something new, so please see with me. Now, this episode is brought to you by, I already know I'm always cooking up something in the lab. So this this episode is brought to you by one of my newest products that is available at the Yummy Cottage, and that is Salt Spray. What's going on, LF? Shout out to LF for all of the positive thoughts and leaving messages to check to see if we are all good. We are going to get into the Salt Spray in a minute, but this episode is about a video that I saw on the Facebook, okay? And so we're going to go ahead and get right into it and see if this brother needs some, if he needs some, if she needs to get some rest, if we need to spray him, or can he proceed with this conversation. Let me go ahead. And so the setup essentially is these people have been together for like 10 years. I'm trying to find it right now. They've been together for 10 years, and he's proposing. Yay! He's proposing. And she has a weird, wild reaction. So let's take a look at her reaction, and then we'll talk about it. So for those who missed me, you know what I mean? Shout out to you. I got my K-Rap. I done slicked it over my shoulder and stuff, doing wild, crazy stuff. But let's continue. Let's press play. Wait.
Y'all something, world.
Let me know if you can.
I just literally proposed. I ain't gonna record you because that's up. Like, I just proposed to my girl.
All right. Can the sound be heard? Let me know if the sound can be heard. I'll play it again.
We've been together. Yeah, we've been together for 10 years, and I just proposed to her, and she just sitting here and just looking at the ring. You just sitting here looking at it.
Okay, pause. I don't see if the sound can be heard. I know I added it. Let me drop it and add it again. Let me drop it and add it again. Stop sharing the screen. Oh, you can hear. Oh, my bad, Judah. What's going on? Boy, yeah, I've been through it, people. You know? Okay, you can hear it. I just wanted to double check. All right, here we go. So, we're going to let it play through first, and then we're going to come back and chop it up, all right? So let's go.
You ain't taking me out to dinner.
World. I just literally proposed. I ain't gonna record you because that's up. Like, I just proposed to my girl.
10 years.
We've been together.
10 years.
Yeah, we've been together for 10 years, and I just proposed to her, and she just sitting here and just looking at the ring. You just sitting here looking at it.
In the car, you ain't put no thought into it. You ain't taking me out to dinner or nothing. No type of little setup, bro.
Why do it? But
flowers, nothing. Just this ring.
But Crystal,
and then after 10 years.
Crystal,
no.
You said you wanted to be married.
I don't want.
I went out and bought this
like
ring.
5 years ago. I don't want that shit. Now take you another 5 years to propose to me. No, I don't want.
What you mean? So 10 years? Look, 10 years for me. That.
By the way, y'all, please forgive the profanity. She clearly is upset over this, but let's continue.
That tells me if I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
It don't take you 10 years.
People true colors. People true colors don't be coming. Like, I got to see your true colors. It do take people 10 years. Everybody not the same. Like, I don't get it. What you talking about? Like, so you really don't want to. You don't want to marry me.
You know what? I'm gonna pack my shit because I'm
So you finna break up with me because I got you a ring 10 years later?
What type of thought is this? We in the car.
What you mean we in the car? Like, it don't matter where you get proposed to, as long as you get proposed to.
I don't want that shit. Can you stop?
Is he doing this for the gram? Is he yeasting this conversation? Like, he's really digging at her, but let's continue.
I'm not going to stop recording because you're unappreciative, and I want to show the world how unappreciative my girl is. Like, I don't understand right now. Like, you got a whole, like, you know how much I spent on this ring, and you complain about where I proposed to you at? That's what you complain about?
In the car. It's no type of thought into it. And
For those who just joined us, welcome back to the conversation. I shouted out everybody who has been patient with me. We're jumping right in, man. This guy proposed after 10 years, and he's videoing his girlfriend, and she is rejecting it, okay? And we're going to play it straight through, and then we're going to read some comments and have a conversation. Once again, this conversation is brought to you by the Yummy Cottage. We have some new products on deck that we're going to get into in a second, but let's continue.
then it's been 10 years. I don't want that shit now. It took you 10 years?
Okay, everybody not the same. Maybe it take me 10 years to realize if I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
I don't want it.
That's crazy. Like, I don't get you. Like, then you talking about you finna leave. Where you finna go? Where you finna go?
Don't worry about it.
I'm finna worry about it. What you mean?
You.
What? So you don't want this ring? Crystal, what are you doing? Crystal, you don't want this ring?
It's not cute.
You don't want this ring?
No, I don't want it.
No, any woman would accept this ring. I'm not gonna stop recording. Stop.
Yeah, let me record because okay, it's nice. The ring is nice. I love it. Okay, but you ain't put no thought until we in the car.
Crystal,
We're in the car.
It don't matter.
We're in the
Crystal,
car.
It don't matter.
We're in the car.
I
You
proposed
couldn't
to
even
you.
take me out to eat.
I
and
proposed
rose petals,
to
you know,
you. I
flowers.
saved up.
You couldn't, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't even put no thought into it. And then it's been 10
You
years.
ungrateful. Like, I don't understand how the ungratefulness.
I'm not ungrateful.
You are ungrateful.
I'm not ungrateful.
You are.
Anybody else would have
You are.
complained to.
You are. Who gonna complain?
Anybody.
Okay, I'm gonna try to keep what I want to say to myself. The internet is behaving at this point, but some thoughts are coming to my mind. But I'm gonna let it.
I just literally proposed to you in the car, a nice ring, and you complaining.
Yeah,
in
the car.
So what if it's in the car?
In the car.
So if it's in the car, it's in the house, a restaurant. Like, you getting proposed.
Oh, what happened there? Oh, commercial. Hold on. You know how commercial. So some of my thoughts is that just like how we got did over with the baby mama, Donald it's it, right?
Supposed to. Like, I don't get it.
I don't.
Even if it is,
So what you finna do?
it's a discussion piece, right?
So you finna leave?
Yes.
Okay, leave. Give me my phone. Go. Bye. Get out the car. Go. Pack your shit up. I'm gonna watch you pack your shit up. Go ahead.
You can stop.
This shit. I am not gonna stop recording. Come on. Get out the car. Yep, she wanna leave. She wanna leave. She wanna leave. She wanna leave. Let's go.
Why is you putting
Because you're ungrateful. No, you gotta go to the house and pack like you want to pack. You said you want to pack. Girl, like, I don't care about it being 10 years. It's just, so what? It's been 10 years. So what? Like, you get proposed to. I don't get it. Now you want to go in. So you gonna grab a suitcase for me.
Yo, this dude's commentary. I have so much to say. So much things to say right now. So much things to his commentary is everything.
It's not that serious. I'm gonna keep recording because it's not that serious. No, yeah, go ahead and pack. I don't even care. I should help you pack. Help me. This shit crazy. Like, I don't understand. Like, why you want to leave? What you want to leave for?
Because you just proposed to me in the car. That shit ain't romantic.
So what if I proposed to you in here? Would you would still say the same thing? Like, I'm a lose situation.
You ain't put no thought into it.
What you mean I ain't putting no thought into it? I did.
It's been 10 years. I don't want it.
So, okay, you just gonna start packing shit up. Okay, that's cool. You know what? I can't even get all my money back for this. I'm gonna keep recording you because I can't get all my money back for this shit. That's some bullshit. This is some bullshit. I'm not selling it. Oh, shit, God, bro. Like, women ain't. Oh, ain't shit, folks.
Can you help me?
I'm not finna help you do shit.
Help me.
No, I ain't helping you do shit. Yeah, you know what? Help you. And guess who paid for these?
Yo, we We gonna talk about it in a minute. But why is he reaching for the wigs on the mirror? Everything.
Me. I'll pay for these. No, put them down. You didn't pay for them. You can't accept. You gonna accept the wigs, but can't accept the ring though. Okay, all right, I'm gone. All right. When I get back, get out. Be out. Be out when I get back. Swear to God, be out.
Okay, so that's the video. Now, that's the video. For those who just joined us, now let's go back. He snatched the wig. Yo, I've been through a lot these last 2 months, man. I gotta laugh. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So let's go from the top again, okay? And we're gonna break it down. If it's a skit, if it's not a skit, if it's real, we don't know. But let's break it down again. And let me know your thoughts. I'm gonna come read some of what you're saying. Oh, here we are.
So let me show y'all something.
Wait a minute.
I just literally proposed. I ain't gonna record you because that's up. Like I just proposed to my girl.
10 years,
yeah.
10 years.
Okay, pause. So LF said if he wanted, then he should have put a wig. I need to laugh. Y'all, if I laugh excessively today, trust me, I've earned it. You hear me? That ring is slavery. Men marry so that they can have free home, labor, and easy access to blam. What's going on, Nash? A long time no see. She want her edges covered, not her finger. He did snatch the wig. Yo, he snatched the wig, y'all. He snatched the wig. He snatched the wig. Judah saying it's her fault. Women have been programmed to save and die for a man. We live in the system of male rulership. Let me see what else here. Judah says she lays around with her for 10 years. She accepted the bottom of his barrel. She accepted the thoughtlessness for 10 years. She let him think it was all cool. At some point, as what is being said, she led him to believe that mediocre, subpar behavior was sufficient. And at somewhere along the line, she may have watched an Instagram, a YouTube video, a TikTok, where she found her sense of self-worth to say, you know what, I require more, right? And at some point, we don't know when that change happened within her, but clearly it did, because he is bringing his subpar efforts and she is saying, you know what, it's no longer acceptable. So let's continue. Where did the thing go? Oh.
Starting to, you ain't taking me out.
I just literally proposed. I ain't gonna record you because that's up. Like I just proposed to my girl.
10 years.
So basically, after 10 years, how long was he with her? Did she waste her 20s? She wasted a whole decade somewhere along the line. Was it her 20s? Was it her 30s? Was it her late teens into 20s? I don't know, but she wasted in her estimation, because now that she's getting what she wanted, it's too little too late, right? So she used up all of this time and accepted all this from him. And maybe she's now weighing it in the balance and being like, you know what? After 10 years, it took you this long. Now I'm good. And he's like, what? Because anything that I should give you at this point should be acceptable.
Oh, yeah, we've been together. Yeah, we've been together for 10 years, and I just proposed to her, and she just sitting here and just looking at the ring. You just sitting here looking at it.
So some men will be like, women are so hard to understand. You ask for something, and then when you get the thing, you don't want it. A lot's to do with security. If it took him 10 years to propose to her, to secure her, she doesn't trust him, right? At this point, because it took him that long. B, she doesn't trust him with her feelings and emotions, because her thought is, show me how much you care. You already took 10 years, so it already looked bad. So at least the least you could have did, right, was to make it special. The least you could have did was put more effort into it, knowing that you strung her along for that long. But she's noticed, she's telling you what the problem is, but he doesn't want to hear it, which means that this relationship is problematic anyway.
So you ain't taking me out to dinner, nothing. No type of little setup, bro.
Why do it? But
flowers, nothing. Just this.
But God, but Crystal.
So he's not listening. He's like, but Crystal, y'all needed to go to marriage counseling if you really wanted to get married, because clearly in this relationship, they're not listening to one another. He's not hearing where her needs are, and it's It's on his timing, because she said to him, why I'm rejecting this. And he's like, Psh, anyway, but Crystal, no. See what it said on the screen? No.
10 years.
Crystal,
No.
you said you wanted to be married.
And people do that too, especially in relationships. Now that, you know, it's something that you said you wanted, and they've given it to you and they want to give, then they say, you said, to make it look like, why are you rejecting me now? This is something that you said you wanted, but under what terms? Under what condition?
I went out and bought this
like
ring.
5 years ago. I don't want that shit.
5 years ago. This guy is a late 5 years ago. You see, buddy, you gave her 5 too many years to decide that you were not it, right? You gave her that last extra. Nah, I'm good.
Should not take you another 5 years to propose to me? No, I don't want
What you mean? So 10 years? Look, 10 years to me, that tells me if I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
He is bugging. 10 years tells you 10 years. So, but you're living, she buying her wigs and living in the house. So you were utilizing the woman. You were availing yourself to her services, to her body, to her spirit, to her soul. And it took you 10 years to decide. You don't even get that long to decide if you want to commit to a 30-year mortgage. You don't get that long to decide. Do you get to drive a car around for 10 years and then decide, yeah, you know what? I think I want to buy this car. Where? You don't even go on the highway. Okay.
It's gonna take you 10 years.
People true colors.
It's not take you
People
10
true
years.
colors don't be coming. Like, I gotta see your
It'll
true
take you 10
colors.
years.
It do take people 10 years. Everybody not the same. Like, I don't get it. What you talking about? Like, so you really don't want to.
You don't get it. You don't get it, sir? If you don't get it, it's because you don't want to get it. Because if you apply this principle that he's asking her to accept, in, like I just said, in any other thing, whether it be the housing market, whether it be with cars and vehicles, whether it be whatever it is, you don't get to be like, oh, let me try out this lease in this building and then decide. No, you get to walk around, you do a walkthrough, and then you decide whether or not you want it or not. And these are major commitments. More than how much a ring costs, and they don't give you that much time. And you took 10 years of this woman's time, and you could tell by her reaction that there's a possibility that he put her through it for 10 years.
You don't want to
I
marry
don't
me.
want that ring. And you know what? I'm gonna pack my shit because I'm
So you finna break up with me because
Now she's wholly insulted. She was like, this was the straw that broke the oversized camel's back. Like, this is the straw that did it. Like, I'm done. You know what I mean? He was like, you just needed one more thing to go on top of that pile. Clearly, she has been forgiving you in many areas, and this was just it. Like, bruh, you violated, right? And in his mind, like, I spent money. I gave you a ring. You wanted it. Why you don't want it? You know what I mean?
I got you a ring 10 years later.
What type of thought is this? We in the car.
What you mean we in the car? Like, it don't matter
He
when you
said,
get.
what you mean we in the car? Fam, what you mean? What you mean? We in the car. This is on some old, what do you want to eat tonight? Chick-fil-A? Like, I could see his side like, oh, we've probably been here and been there, so what does it matter? And she waited so long for this moment. You probably should have put more thought into it, bro.
Get proposed to, as long as you get proposed to.
I don't want that shit. Can you stop?
And why didn't he show us the proposal too? Because she's really offended. Why didn't she show us the lead up to because he's videoing? Why didn't he show us the lead up to the camera? You know what I mean?
I'm not going to stop recording because you're unappreciative, and I want to show the world.
Yo, shout out to my YouTube fam and my Facebook fam who came through in the clutch. Okay. Shout out to you. I want to thank you. I'm gonna just be saying that incrementally because, you know what I mean? You know, sometimes when you be giving so much sometimes and you in certain capacities, just to see the love come back is a beautiful thing. So I want to say much love to you for all your support.
Unappreciative, my girl is. Like,
you see the look on her face? She put her weave to the side and she looked at him like, is this Negro for real? He wants to show the world how unappreciative. How come you didn't show the world when you were stressing her out How come you didn't show the world all the things you did? We don't know the contents of y'all relationship. Why are you showing us now when she's rejecting you? Why didn't you show us all the time she forgave you, all the time she helped you? Obviously, it had to be something for you to be there for 10 years. So let's continue.
I don't understand right now. Like, you got a whole, like, you know how much I spent on this ring, and you complain about where I proposed.
That's another thing, value systems, right? So value system, his value system isn't money. All he keeps saying is how much I spent on this ring, how much I spent on this ring, how much I spent on the ring. I'm gonna let people see. Her value system, from what I'm gathering, are wigs, but also the time, the energy, the emotional investment that she made in this relationship, and they're not they're not trading the same currency. It doesn't appear to be.
Car, it's no type of thought into it, and then it's been 10 years. I don't want that shit now. It took you 10 years.
Okay, everybody not the same. Maybe it take me 10 years to realize if I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
I don't want it.
That's crazy. Like, I don't get you. Like,
I'm not laughing, but what? The wigs was everything, Judith.
then you talking about you finna leave. Where you finna go? Where you finna go?
Don't worry about it.
I'm finna.
So he said it like he was shocked, like, and now you talking about you leave. Like, I already done burnt your time out. I burnt your 10 years out. I burnt your spirit out. Where are you gonna go? It's like after you've been exploited and you're washed up, or you hit the wall, and the person figures you ain't gonna go nowhere because I already took the best days of your life, right? This is kind of why to me, it sounds like when he turns to her like, yeah, where you gonna go? Or basically, who's gonna want you? Where you gonna go? I already used you up. That's what I heard. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong.
Don't worry about it. What you mean?
You.
What? So you don't want this ring?
If he don't stop with the ring, clearly y'all have a bigger problem. Why you keep pushing the ring in her face? Crystal was like, no one it.
Crystal, what are you doing?
No
Crystal,
one it.
you don't want this ring.
No one it.
You don't want this ring.
No, I don't want it.
No, any woman would accept this ring.
Now, yo, that false equivalency, or the false, any woman would want it. Sir, why don't you ask the women that you are volunteering for your experiment to say that they would want your ring after 10 years? We don't know what Crystal been through. What's going on, Queen T? Long time no see, long time no hear. He swear any woman would want the ring now.
I'm not going to start recording. Stop.
Yeah, let me record.
Did Crystal snatch the phone? Like, when did the switch happen? This is why she's like, let me record. Now look at Crystal about to slip just for a millisecond before she catch herself. Watch.
Okay, it's nice. The ring is nice.
See, she got caught. She looked directly into the diamond. We don't even know if that's diamond. She shouldn't have looked directly into it, but she gonna catch herself.
Okay, but you ain't put no thought until we in the car.
Crystal,
We're in the car.
It don't matter.
We're in the
Crystal,
car.
It don't matter.
Okay, if you're speaking to somebody about a relationship, I missed you too, sis. You're speaking to somebody about a relationship, right? And they're expressing something to you, and you're constantly saying it doesn't matter. It means that you're not valuing where they're coming from. Because if this is the person who you want to wed with, if it's the person you want to marry with, be in a relationship with, I mean, you should be willing to hear what she's saying. Why are you upset? It should matter, because this is the person you now want to marry. So why are you rejecting after 10 years, which is, you should be accepting me. Why don't you want it? But he doesn't seem open. And why is she videoing his belly? I don't know. Why are y'all videoing each other's belly?
We're the car.
I proposed.
You couldn't even take me out to eat.
I
and
proposed
rose petals,
to
you know,
you. I
flowers.
saved up.
You couldn't, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't even put no thought into it. And then it's been 10
You
years.
ungrateful.
Now she's ungrateful. He saved up. He's like, that I ain't had no more money. Crystal, I put it all on the cubic right here, man. I don't got no more money for this. You want to go outside to eat on top of it? Nah.
I don't understand how the ungratefulness.
I'm not ungrateful.
You are ungrateful.
I'm not ungrateful.
You are.
Anybody else would?
That's gaslighting now. I'm gonna give you base minimum. I'm gonna wear you out. I'm gonna take you from yo-yo to yo-yo, right? And when you all tired and can't go no more, and I finally decide to throw you a bone and you don't want to accept it, I'm gonna gaslight you and tell you you're ungrateful, and that's the reason why. Blah blah blah. Right? It's a play. It's a play.
Too.
You are. Who gonna complain?
Anybody.
I just literally proposed to you in the car, a nice ring, and you complain it.
Yeah,
in
the car.
So what if it's in the car?
In the car.
So if it's in the car, it's in the house, a restaurant. like you getting proposed to. Like I don't.
They're gonna be in the deacon's office next week. Who is going to marry them? Crystal, if you just change your mind after the video goes off and he puts your weaves back on the dresser, right? Y'all gonna need to go to the deacon's office or somewhere to get some counsel because he's not trying to hear her. She doesn't feel heard. It's gonna spiral.
I don't get it.
I don't want it.
So what you gonna do? So you finna leave?
Yes.
Okay, leave. Give me my phone. Go. Mine. Let's go.
Why did he snatch the phone? He said, you finna leave? She said, yeah. He said, give me my phone. Let me flick my... Yo, why did he... I needed to laugh, yo. It's been wild. Look, why did he snatch the phone like that, though? That was everything.
Go. Pack your shit up. I'm gonna watch you pack your shit up. Go ahead.
You need to stop.
This shit. I am not for this type of person. Come on. Get out the car. Yep, she wanna leave. She wanna leave. She wanna leave.
Now you hollering. She want to leave. She want to leave. Sir, what did you expect? What did you expect? What did you expect? What did you expect? Before you got to this point, did y'all have a fight, an argument? What was the state of your relationship? Did you think that this was going to be the saving grace? Like somewhere along the line, y'all wasn't lining up the conversation.
She wanna leave.
Now this is the victim mentality. Poor me. Again, we don't know what's going on at your house. Y'all just invited us in via the Facebook. But here comes the victim mentality. She about to leave me now. She about to abandon me now. And Crystal don't want the smoke. She keeps saying, why are you recording me? Crystal doesn't want the smoke. She's not necessarily like, oh, she's going to crash the car on him or she's going to attack him. She's going to beat him. He's the one at this point pursuing her in disbelief that she doesn't want his. She's not going to accept it.
Because you're grateful. No, you gotta go to the house and pack like you want to pack. You said you want to pack. Like, I don't care about it being 2 years.
Gaslight. You don't care. Ungrateful. You ungrateful. I'm gonna give an analysis that came to my mind. I've been out of the news cycle for like 2 months, so y'all please forgive me. I may be a little late to the draw, but something came to my mind when I saw this and the different reaction that it got versus what Crystal is getting, right? But let's continue.
So what? It's been 10 years. So what? Like you get
minimizing her concerns. So what? I don't care. So what? It's been 10 years. That's her concern. It's been 10 years. You're saying, so what? At least I did it. And she's saying, so what? Is not even
proposed to. I don't get it. Why you gonna go in? So you gonna grab a suitcase?
Why is he giving us the blow by blow? So you're gonna park the car. So you're gonna leave me. So you're gonna open up the door. So you're gonna have your phone in your hand. So you're gonna grab a suitcase.
Listen, it's not that serious. I'm gonna keep recording because it's not that serious. Oh, yeah, go ahead and pack. I don't even care. I should help you pack. Shit crazy. Like, I don't understand. Like, why you want to leave? What you want to leave for?
Let's guess. Let me count the ways. 1, you recording me. 2, you don't really. I mean, he talking about why you gonna leave. Do you really want her to bust out in a Joe song to enumerate all the reasons that she really wants to leave you, bruh? Just let's quit while you're ahead.
Because you just proposed to me in the car. That shit ain't romantic.
So what if I proposed to you in here? Would you have still say the same thing? Like, I'm a lose situation.
You ain't put no thought into it.
What you mean I ain't put no thought into it? I did.
10 years. I don't want it.
But no, Crystal, for real, I'm big and serious, Crystal. I know you mad and like, but you seem cool mad. But where you going with the tight little suitcase? 3 weaves, right? And 2 little sweatpants in there, and it's full. Where you going with the overnight suitcase? Talking about you about to pack up your whole life of 10 years, Crystal.
Okay, you just want to start packing shit up. Okay, that's cool. You know what? I can't even get all my money back for this. I'm gonna keep recording you because I can't get all my money back for this shit. That's some bullshit. This is some bullshit. I'm not selling it. Oh, I swear to God, bro. Like women, bro, women ain't.
Again, the women, she's now the problem. How did Crystal become the problem? If you would have acknowledged whatever you were doing for the last 10 years, maybe you would have a conversation with her. Maybe at that point you would have been like, you know what, Crystal, my apology, but whoop-de-whoop, whatever you needed to say to calm Crystal down. Instead, you want to stunt for the internet, and that's why Crystal and her weaves are leaving. That's why.
Oh shit, folks.
Can you help me?
I'm not gonna help.
Crystal's a whole clown too. How's she gonna ask the man to help her?
Do shit. Yeah, I help you some shit. Yeah, you know what? Help you.
Not the weave, son. Now, yo, he zooms in on them joints hanging on the mirror.
Me. I'll pay for these. No, put them, bro. Put them down. You don't pay for them.
But not laugh.
You can't accept. You don't accept the wins, but can't accept the win though. Okay, all right, I'm gone, bro. All right. When I get back, get out. Be out. Be out when I get back. Swear to God, be out.
Yo, he said you can accept the weave, but you can't accept the ring. Yo, I didn't mean to laugh, but merciful Father, this joint was interesting. Hold on, let's read some of these comments over here and let me know your thoughts. Let me jump down while I'm waiting on the comments. I'm going to play a commercial. I don't have it loaded up today, but definitely go on over to the Yummy Cottage. We have some salt spray. We also have the lavender massage oil that is accompanied with this. And essentially the salt spray helps to purify the area that you may be sitting in. It helps to improve sleep. It improves relaxation, a number of things. So I'm going to go in more on this salt spray here in a little bit, but definitely check it out at theyummycottage.com. So let us read some of these comments, shall we? I may have to read it from over there. David says she doesn't want the marriage, she wants the wedding. 10 years, bruh. 10 years. I don't know what's been going in their abode that long, but for something more, maybe it's something, was looking for something in the person manifested. There's a whole lot of reasons why she held on, and it wasn't for really what she got in her. Let go. Somebody says, I totally agree with not have waited 10 years. He is pathetic, someone says. Someone else says, she's right though, shouldn't take any man 10 years. Bev says, she's a fool. My son and his wife were together since they were 16. 10 years later, he proposed. They have been happily married for 10 years, together 20. Don't dump her. Well, you see, may not have the dynamic he had with Chris. It's not necessary. Then we Sonny and Chris, you're so old. They were married 26 years old, his career together, she getting her career. Maybe they grew together when they got together to make that's a false comparison. After 10 years, you knew yet you still chose to propose like you knew better, but you did it anyway. That's my thoughts. You were both super childish. Yeah, hold on, let me release my screen. You knew that it was going to be problematic, but you did it anyway. You did it anyway. She's been setting Socrates for 10 years. You're still going to be with him. I don't know. Somebody say so. Why it is some people need, sometimes people too many to them give. Somebody look out the bird. I didn't want to comment, but the bird clutter. So Apologies. It out. I'm back now. I had to take my glasses off because the screen is too close. Somebody who I agree with says so many unknown variables here. I'm back. Let me know if you can hear everything. Don't think anyone's opinion holds legitimate weight. That's the true neutral, two-way street of a relationship. Bottom line, male or female, keep your stuff off social media. Like, you just like threw us into the middle of this conversation. You haven't prefaced it with anything. We don't know what's going on, and you want to show the whole world. I want to show the world. It's like, why are you showing the world? You should be having a conversation with her if this is what you really meant. Or did you want to piss her off so that she can leave and you can say, see, you ain't no good? Somebody said, throw her away. She's for the streets. Seriously? She's a fool. Oh, nobody read that person. Okay, Bev. Again, let me know your thoughts. Wait, I'm not going to stay too long because this, you know what I'm saying? Like some of my soul spray. Let me tell you people something. The story behind this thing here. And I said it before. I went to an event, right? And people were hugging and meeting and greeting and doing this. And then some was like, oh, it's so nice to meet you, right? And they shook my hand and they held it a little long. And when they shook my hand, I felt this before power. I felt, wow, this person, I mean, pulling on my energy. And I was like, yo, washing my hands. So basically, properties of salt and the property of having is essential oil using. So essentially, I to myself, I travel spray to, your space. And not you're gonna run, you're gonna sleep, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. So therapy. So that's what we have in the gift set. This episode is brought to you by Therapy Salt Spray. So go on yummycottage.com, check it out, and try some. I sprayed on my pillows. I sprayed on my children's pillows. Because, man, why I go to the beach? Because we're close to the beach. When you go to the beach, when you sleep, if you notice, you so sound, and there's something about in the water that helps promote relaxation. I mean, it's just a real thing. Let me know you had that experience. These a few more of these, and then the side dude, I think have been arguing. We don't know, surmise. They may have been having issues within their. She may have been threatened. This is where she was like, you know what, I'm out. There could be so many things that's going. He may realize, oh, this is what she said, so let me do this as a to try to keep the relationship together. He may have the street. He may have decided in the streets. We don't know what brought to this point and why after all this time he finally decided to ring. But we can't after our best efforts, because you didn't put, like she said, you didn't put much into it. Made it like it was nothing really. You know what I mean? And you, woman, for 10 years, you would have valued, at least put an effort. Sorry. Valued social opinion, a whole lot of people or her, and that could be what led to this conversation. Nasha says a lot of women wait so long that in the end of their no longer birth children, and there's man and left them. You know, speaking of that, and then I'm a share for whoever wants to come up for a few minutes. I'm a boogie. I haven't been able to cover it, paying attention on the Beyonce situation. In 90 Days Beyonce, the situation that Nasha just is what's happening. This young Trinidad, she's like 37, and hasn't had any children. Okay, she spent the last 3 years with already has children. Now, this is aware that this woman wants children. Okay, but he is not being honest about the fact that he doesn't want any more children. She's concerned that time progress and she will not be able to become a mother of her own. And because the two are not at the same place in life, meaning ready to have the same experiences, they have intention. Sometimes some women will accept something at 20 that they at 30. Accept you doing loud when they're 25, but when they're 50, it's a totally different both ways. So put in a whole debt, and she says she's leaves. I didn't see children, so I'm not. They have children. All of that stuff. We don't, like the observer said, there's a whole lot of those. But suffice to say that something enough that she came to the which is where she said, you know what, this is enough. Enough is enough. I'm good. I'm done. I'm out. So again, I don't know that they had children. I don't know that it's real. I don't know that it's it. I don't know. But it did give us an opportunity to talk about, if you're going to get into relationships, try to be at least on the same page. Try the person out, respect where the person is from. And if you can't respect where the person is coming from, that may not be the relationship for you. This goes for a business relationship. If you guys don't have the same corporate and there is not a mutual respect and one person do anything they so desire, and because I just showed up, you should accept it, that's not going to make for a good relationship. I'm trying to see if that's not going to make for a relationship, right? And a lot of relationships, a lot of people on social media, a lot of the millennials and older people, they want to get married. There's a whole other part to this whole marriage conversation. It's not just about getting married. Getting married really is the easy part. Getting married is the easy part, in my estimation. It's how are you going to weave in the lives of these people that expands to many other people? How are you going to weave these two lives together to be something that is healthy, something that can grow, something that can expand, something that can be mutually beneficial? A lot of times, because we've been in a place for a certain length of time, we think time equals health. Time does not equal health, just like split ends does not equal healthy hair. You can have hair down to the back if they're all split ends. It's not healthy. So just because you've been with somebody for a very long time or you've been married doesn't mean it's healthy. And if it's not healthy, then you either want to fix it, you want to scale back certain things and reassess, or you're going to have to let it go. We have Nasha in the spot. What's going on, sis?
How are you? You look so great.
Thank you. How you doing?
You are shining.
I'm shining. The sun. It's the sun.
Yes.
I'm outside. It's been a wild one. It's been a wild one. How's everything?
I'm great. I'm fine. I just saw you and I just said, oh my God, yes. But even me, I was trying to be less on the phone, do some phone data thing. Yes. Back to the topic. Yes,
Okay.
a good friend of mine, Yeah, she's in her 40s and she is so in depression because she wanted children, and she stayed for so long. And I think there is so much pain in women because men I think this world is built for men. I'm sorry. I think men have so much time. They can waste their time until they're in their 50s and still get children. So men are blessed with much more time, when it comes to family building. Women, we are
So much,
not.
well, so much, and what you're saying is true, that the time oftentimes on the woman's side is wasted for her. But what I've noticed is in the culture where she won advocating for herself becomes difficult, because the reality is a man cannot in certain spaces take someone's daughter, right, and have no positive intentions and can waste her time for 10 years without him being held into account, right? But in this case, the woman is trying to negotiate for herself, and it wasn't pressure enough for him to step up to the table, because somebody's going to do to you what you allow them to do to you. And this is why, to me, a lot of people are like, well, it's her fault because she stayed. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes the woman, it's sad to say, is not able to put as much pressure on the man to stand up in the way that he needs to. And so he kind of is able to string her along because there's no one else for him to be accountable. If you understand what I'm saying.
It's true, you're so
But
right.
if it's her father, her uncle, or her mother say, hey, with my daughter, why are you wasting her time if you don't want to let her go? Then it's going to be a little bit more urgency in the situation, in my estimation. But go ahead, sis.
You are absolutely right that sometimes we as women, I want to talk about myself, even me, I'm learning to advocate for myself. It is a process that you learned.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still learning it now. When we look at the COVID case, you see the people, as a people, we have not learned to advocate for ourselves as a group. So, but in this case, focus on that case now. What is shocking for me is that men cannot see the worst of abuse, because I have more time. I can wait until I'm 50 and 60, and I can still marry a 20-year-old to build my family. I can use you for my benefit. I think even for the men, there are consequences, spiritually consequences for that. I think for not being honest I think so. There are consequences for anyone who is not honest. Because we should give anyone a chance to be family. Absolutely.
People are going to get away with, they're going to try to get away with whatever you allow them to. Right? And so there definitely are consequences. At some point in the relationship, she had to be willing to sell herself short until she really, you know what? And we can see, to offend her to this degree, for her to finally advocate for herself and you know what, this is acceptable. So I guess there's a for all of us to know worth, be willing to be willing to advocate have, because you may not doing it for you. And if you're waiting 10 years, and in situations like this, if you don't have counselors, if you don't have a mutual able sides, one person will go on as though they're, and then it wouldn't necessarily have been a positive relationship if they fixed that aspect of their communication.
Yes, so, and the thing is also why that video was so in because I am getting 28 this month, and even me, I feel I am in a midlife crisis. Yes, somehow I'm not happy. Somehow I think I am in this. There's this syndrome, people who cry on their birthday, and I feel like, I don't know, somehow not well, somehow, I don't know. I feel like I'm running out of time somehow. I don't know. I just, I need to do some self-meditation, self-reflection. What is happening? Why am I feeling that way?
I think, I think that takes for some self-reflection. If I were you, I would definitely feel pressure from outside, and sometimes we feel pressure from whatever thoughts and expectations we have inside, right? So in order for you to feel like you're running out of time, that means that you had to have an appointment, right? So it's like if I have an appointment at 1 and it's 12:30, I feel like I'm running out of time. So then the question is asking yourself, what is the appointment? What is the expectation that you are thinking that you should be at? at this time, so that you can work from there, if you can understand what I'm saying. Like, what do you want, and why do you feel like you don't have enough time to get it?
It's a lot. I'm not happy the way
Yeah,
I
no,
am
I
right
know. I'm
now.
just saying I would think about it from that angle, so that you can, because sometimes it's abstract, it's unclear of why we're feeling something, but we don't know why we're feeling what we're feeling. And it comes from, so oftentimes than not, an expectation. It's subconscious or conscious. We think we're supposed to be something or do something or whatever, society or family or whatever, whoever, right? And because we don't have that at the space and time, then we get anxious, anxiety, depressed, and all those type of things.
Exactly. Thank you so much for
You're welcome.
talking. Yes, I really missed you. I really can feel it. I just hope that women can learn to advocate more for themselves and not just value themselves physically or the body. This is what I'm struggling with. To hit the wall. You triggered me so much when you said you're hitting the wall at 35 as a woman. You hit the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah. I mean, that's what they say, right? You know, I mean, that's the conversation that's what people say. It really, it's because of the expectation of her ability to bear children, right? And so, and because that is something that's in biologically, the society uses it to say that it can't be done or it's more difficult. I mean, biologically less, it does get even more difficult, but that terminology is just something that, is floating around. And so I kind of, wove it into the I wove it into the conversation. I'm sorry I triggered you.
But you've raised 4 children.
Me?
Yes, you have 4 children.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do. Hallelujah. Mm-hmm.
this was this was not a shining hallelujah. It was more, oh my God, hallelujah.
No, hallelujah for me, because like I said, everybody has their own expectations of what it is that they're supposed to be doing and when, and you understand what I'm saying? For me, it's all about how you view. Like, I would say hallelujah and someone else would say, oh my goodness, you know what I mean? But to me, for me, that is part of my journey. That was part of my mission, part of what I'm supposed to do. And so I take it as that and apply myself in that way. You know what I mean? But sometimes people have unresolved traumas and have not healed in spaces for them to accept. You know what I mean? There's a blockage there, if you can understand what I'm saying. And so for some people, it's the response is shying away from a space that they have not healed in. But at the same time, energetically, they may want, if you understand what I'm saying. So
Yes, exactly. This confusion.
a lot of women,
Exactly.
right, that's what causes the confusion, because this part of life fulfill it awakens something within the human that you won't understand until you venture in this part. You know what I mean? And it's not to say that, it's just to say that when you go through it, then that part of you awakens. And sometimes we as women yearn for that part. Men also yearn for fatherhood, another part within them.
Really?
Of course, there are many men who yearn for fatherhood. They
But if
yearn
men use the fatherhood, why are they running away from being fathers?
because they're not, at the time in which many of them are procreating, they're not doing it with the intention of becoming fathers. Those individuals, I said many, I didn't say all, those individuals are not connecting fatherhood with the act of being sexual. You understand what I'm saying? But you have men who come to a certain point in their life that they yearn to see a part of them manifest in the earth. But because there's a disconnect between your relationship with the woman, oftentimes though there's a trouble between the man and the woman, right? And so it makes it problematic in this area, because fatherhood comes as an extension of this relationship between the man and the woman. So
Okay,
some
that's interesting.
of them see. Go ahead.
Because I never knew that men wanted to be, okay, maybe when they're in their 50s and 60s, they can still procreate. So men are blessed in that manner. so they can actually waste their time, even enjoy themselves until they're in their 50s, and then start the fatherhood journey for them.
There's some who wanted to be fathers at 20, some who wanted to be fathers at 30, some who, when they found out they were going to be a father, if you ever watch Paternity Court or some of these things that, even though it may be scripted in some areas, you get to see that some of these men, when they thought they were going to be a father, they were overjoyed. And when they realized that they were lied to, or it was taken from them, it creates a disconnect within the man. There's so much stuff that is going on that men get into, young boys get into problems when they're younger. We don't, there's so many different variables, like the other guy said, and so many different dynamics that I wouldn't just put it all across that men don't want to be fathers. There's some men who do want to be fathers. There's some women who want to be mothers. There's some who don't, across the board. You know what I mean? So it really just depends on the person, the individual, and their willingness to go into the next phase of life. You know what I mean? To me, it's the next phase of life. Some people have the capacity and the wherewithal and the desire, and other people not so much.
Wow. I have just one last question for you. Why is it for men a problem if they find out the child is not them? If a man is raising the child, is it not your maybe because I'm a woman, I don't understand this perspective. But
If the child is not theirs, you said?
Biologically, exactly. But if I'm raising the child, it is his child.
It depends.
What do you mean?
Did she lie to him? Did she tell him it was his child and then ultimately it wasn't his child?
Okay, this is a different perspective. Okay.
Right, because if she lied to him, then that has to do with betrayal. It has to do with misrepresentation. It has to do with trust. It has to do with a whole host of reasons as to why sometimes he'll continue to raise a child and sometimes he won't. Right? You can't pull the wool over someone's eyes and lead them to believe that something is what it is not. Because raising the child energetically, yes, that's your child, but biologically, it's not your child. And if that person is looking for the replication of their genes to be in the earth, then that's something that the person should know. They should know that, no, this is not your child. But a lot of women, they trick people, and that's not right either.
But why is it that men are so in their ego that they need to have their bloodline, their representative of themselves? Why is it that I even hear that women are the ones?
I don't think that's all the way ego. That's biology. It says everything after its own kind. So it's not as much ego as it is biology. That's a biological imperative to reproduce after your own kind. It's in the seeds. It's in the plant kingdom. It's in the animal kingdom. It's all over. You know what I mean? It's a biological imperative. We have the capacity to reproduce after our own kind. It's within our coding. You know what I mean?
What about those children who don't have parents?
But I think that's a different story. That's a different conversation. The question was,
we all are saying we all want our own children who look the same like us. What about those who do not look like?
There's some. I have four children, and they don't all look like me. So it's not. I mean, one looks just like her father's sister. So it's not about looking just like us. They're gonna come out looking like whoever within that familiar line that genetic at that time they come forth and look like. I have one who looks just like me. People be like, I know who's that, you know what I mean? But they all look like whoever they're going to look like. But I think it's beyond just the physical looks. It's the characteristics. It's the energy. It's whatever it is within that dynamic that this soul that's coming into the earth is supposed to be and do. They get that. Like I did a video on here in recent times when I was doing my family genealogy that I often wondered who I looked like. Because even though I may resemble people in my family, I never really saw my face until I did this geological work. And then I saw my great-grandfather, and I'm like, whoa. For the first time in my life, I was like, whoa, that's the face. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, people are coming together like, yes, I'm doing this because I want to see somebody who looks just like me. Maybe some people do. I think it's deeper than that. You know what I mean? I think it's deeper than that. And if we look at the capacity to reproduce in a different way, I think we would handle the matter differently. And that may be another conversation for another day, you know. But in regards to what you're feeling, I would definitely address it. Take a look at it. Note what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, what may trigger it, what are your expectations, what are the
I
pressures
just
that you
wish,
may feel.
just
Yep.
wish I can be a man and have more time to do that. But I don't have that man.
You got
I don't have
time,
that
sis.
leisure
You're only
time.
28 years old.
I
You
don't
got
feel it. I
time.
wish I could be a man sometimes. I really wish I can be a man. I can wait
You,
until I'm 50, like
nah,
boss person, and then get married.
no, you got plenty of time. I mean, you know, they say hurry up, but take your time, but hurry up. You know what I mean? You have time. But you have to get yourself to where you will attract the right person. Because a lot of people rush and then you get into a relationship with the wrong person, right?
And
And
then
then now you have nothing but
again.
time. And you don't want that either. So that comes from being in the right headspace yourself so that you will know what you want and what you want to attract
Yes,
into
thank you
life.
so much.
You're welcome so much. Thank you so much for checking in. I want to thank everybody who's just joined us. I'm going to go ahead and boogie at this point because I'm on the hot spot on the phone because my internet tripping. You understand? But with that said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Like I said, y'all go on over to the yummycottage.com. Check out Get Some Rest Ancient Pink Himalayan Sea Salt Spray. I have it in a
Thank you.
yeah, it's ancient. So basically, it has 84 minerals. You know, pink salt has 84 minerals in there. It's not just. It's kind of like Dead Sea salt, but it's coming out of Pakistan in the Himalayan mountains. Nonetheless, we infuse this with that and lavender, so it's great for sleep, relaxation, meditation, all of that good, lovely, great stuff. So going over to the Yummy Cottage, I'm gonna keep saying it because I gotta get on my grind, y'all. I gotta get on my grind. It's been a while, 2 months. So with that said, if you have any stories, if you come across anything that you would love me to cover, just go ahead and put the link in the description below. And if you have a product that you want to share, hit at me or get at me, and then we can discuss. All right. With that said, thank everybody for tuning in. This is Imuna, and I pray everybody have a blessed day.